My first trip outside of the country was my honeymoon. It was interesting to see how things were done in an unfamiliar place and in unfamiliar ways. It was so different, in fact, from the way I was taught that even though I tried to play it cool, I didn't always feel welcome or safe. It was like deep down inside, they knew I was a stranger and didn't quite belong. It was clear to them and me that I was just a traveler, a stranger, and that this was not my home. In Ephesians 2:19, it says, "Now therefore, ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of God." Our desire to be obedient and follow God's word makes us strangers and foreigners and puts us in conflict and at odds with the culture and the world around us. Evidence of this can be seen just by flipping on the television, turning on the radio, or going to the movies. You see, even if you don't feel like it's true, the spiritual reality is that you are what you consume. Most of what you hear and see in today's mainstream media and entertainment is warring against your soul and appealing to your flesh. It is slowly deceiving you into abandoning God's commandments, desensitizing you to sin, and deceiving you into believing God's word is no longer true and relevant. The spiritual forces of evil are focused on convincing you that God's commandments have somehow changed, that God has a gray area, that his commandments no longer apply or are old-fashioned and no one tries to adhere to them. But this is a lie, straight from the enemy. Be very aware to the fact that God's commandments have not changed, and neither has he. And by them, we will all be judged. We all fall short of his standard, and he knows that. We're not perfect, but God knows our heart, and he will not be mocked. He has said that if we love him, we will obey his commands, and he will know it. If we flagrantly abuse his grace, he knows the true motives of our hearts, whether we love him more or our fleshly desires. Jesus is your only way to salvation, my friends. Ditch the deception and follow him. Thank you for listening to the Mighty Warriors Devotional Series. Be baptized and be blessed.